Hello and happy holidays. This is Patricia Lucia, author of Wildflowers and Present Tenses, a memoir. Wildflowers and Present Tenses is a collection of short stories that follow me through early childhood to present day. And many of those stories have to do with early child trauma and the challenges of my sexuality at the time in which I was growing up, which is a very different time than today. But the point of this video this morning is to extend a very big thank you to the parents of gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered young people. Those of you who have accepted and respected your child, your son or your daughter, for who they are. This is vitally important for their own health and to avoid the trauma that is caused by ruptures in family relationships at a young age. So I'm going to tell you a little bit what that looks like and what that looked like for me and what that's looked like for many, many gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered people over the years. Often what happens, and what happened with me, is that we are put in a lose-lose situation. If we decide that we want to continue living with our family, if we decide that what is most important to us is the absolute acceptance of our family, then we have to live a lie. We have to create a whole network of lies to keep our family from discovering who we really are. Or we live as an abomination within the family. So if your family knows that you are gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender, and they reject this, and you continue to live in that home, you are continually subjected to their rejection, possible abuse, and the withdrawal of love, affection, all of the things that a family structure is supposed to give. The alternative to this situation, the situation in which a young person stays at home and either lives a lie or lives with a family who treats them like they're an abomination, the alternative is just as troubling. So a young person who decides to leave their home, as I did, then sets out on their own for the purposes of endeavoring to live their most authentic life or discovering what that authentic life is. Because when we're young, we're still in the throes of self-discovery. One could say that we spend our lives in self-discovery. But when a young person decides to leave a home and a family because of the pain of rejection that that family now represents to them, they do not fully escape that rejection and those attitudes. I certainly didn't. So you set out on your own, and now there is a rupture between you and your family. The family often sees the person who has decided to set out on their own as the person who has rejected the family, who has chosen their friends over the family, who has decided that there are other things more important than the family. So you have the rupture caused by who this young person is. And then you have an even deeper rupture because of the choice that this young person made to endeavor to live their life. They are now blamed for this rupture. So that adds trauma onto trauma. You see how this is a lose-lose situation for young people? It certainly was a lose-lose situation for me. And I will tell you from personal experience, these kind of ruptures and these kind of traumas take a lifetime to heal. That is why I have such gratitude for those parents who accept and love and cherish their child who may be gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. Because otherwise, your child is put in a lose-lose situation. And inevitably, there will be a rupture or multiple ruptures that they then have to heal. And this takes decades, perhaps a lifetime. What this trauma and this rupture leaves your child vulnerable to, they are more vulnerable to alcohol abuse, drug abuse, suicide, dysfunctional relationships, mental illness. All of these things may haunt them for the rest of their lives. It takes a good deal of courage and commitment on their part to go through the healing process necessary to heal from such a fundamental rupture in their lives. So you as parents cannot underestimate such a decision. During the holiday season, these kinds of realities come to the surface for so many. Do you go home and spend time with your family, or do you stay away? Would it be healthier to go home, or would it be healthier to stay away? It continues year after year to be these kinds of lose-lose choices. So I thank you if you are a parent who has made a decision to accept and to love, respect, and cherish your gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered child. You have invested in their future. You have made it possible for them to go out in the world better fit for relationships, less vulnerable to drug and alcohol abuse, a form of self-medicating to deal with the pain of such a rupture. So I thank you.